So this next story is a CBS News story that I want to talk about. Wearing wrist weights during walks is a trendy hack for toned arms. Here's what to know about safety. And basically they talk about, people have been using this, but they've been running into issues with strains and whatnot. They go on to say, but as the combo has come into the spotlight, other users have warned that they've developed issues like tendonitis from strapping on the weighted wristbands. And I think this is a silly story, and I think it highlights the meme, or I've joked about it before, but how women will do anything to avoid doing a traditional style workout. So firstly, I could go on to say that there is no such thing as tone, and there are groups of people out there that would say that, and I have certainly said that in the past, but I think I've sort of changed my stance on this a little bit. Where let's imagine that I grow my bicep. If I make my bicep bigger and then I reduce my body fat percentage, would you classify that as I have toned my arm? Because technically I did, right? I changed how it looks. I changed the muscle tone of it. Now, truly what the, academic definition of muscle tone is basically the level of contraction. So if I like really squeeze my bicep right now, I have a high level of muscle tone. It's referring to autonomic nervous system tone. And if I sort of contract it, I have a low level of muscle tone. So that's specifically what muscle tone is, but leave that to the side. I stopped even saying that to people because it's just not useful. But like when people say they want to get toned arms, they go on to do stuff like this, where they'll grab like mini dumbbells and they'll be out there walking and swinging their arms and stuff, or they'll use wrist weights and whatever to try and achieve the same result. And this is where I think it's extremely important to go back to the earlier point of progressive overload and not doing random things. If you truly want to tone your arms, then you should be doing bicep curls and tricep extensions, right? And you should be writing that stuff down. So how much weight did you do? How many reps did you do? And how many days in the week did you do it? And then each time you do it, try to increase it just by a little bit. Add 1 rep or add 2.5 pounds, whatever that may be. And by doing that, you will increase the size of your biceps or your triceps. And then if you're doing all the other stuff, like taking your walks, doing your cardio, you reduce your body fat. And now you have officially toned your arms. So I would just encourage people, when possible, as much as possible, to try and avoid trends like this, because it can be fun. Going back to my earlier point, if it helps you get there and it helps you adhere to your program of just exercising in the first place, okay, do what you got to do to make it enjoyable for you so that you keep showing up. But ultimately, again, you will not make the same results as if you had been doing, following progressive overload principles and doing the same thing week in, week out for at least 6 weeks. I would say even longer, just like I did earlier. There are too many trends out there, and I think it's really important that people stick to a program and progressively overload.